all single-payer program.
Yeah.
And I want you to know what that program is about, because it's not complicated, and it exists in Canada and other countries. And that means that when you walk into any doctor's office you want, freedom of choice. You go to any hospital you want, you don't have to take out your credit card, you don't have to take out your wallet. No premiums, no co-payments, no deductibles, no out-of-pocket expenses.
Yeah.
Healthcare will be paid out of the general tax base in a progressive way, which means that if you're not paying premiums, deductibles, and out-of-pocket expenses, you will be paying less for healthcare than you are today with a much better comprehensive program than exists now.
Yeah.
And by the way, on the Medicare for All, nobody in America will pay more than $200 a year for prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Because we are going to take on not only the greed, but the corruption and the price fixing of the pharmaceutical industry. Let me touch on another issue that obviously impacts Nevada, impacts America. And Nevada can and must play a major role in this process. Right now, we have a president of the United States who believes that climate change is a hoax.
Whoa.
I believe that Donald Trump is a hoax.
Yeah.
And let me make a promise to you, which is a pretty low bar promise, and that is, if elected president, I will believe in science.
Yeah.
But I want to say this, what the scientists are telling us, and all of you know this, is that not only is climate change real, climate change is already doing devastating harm to our country and countries all over the world. I think all of you have seen the incredible damage done in the Bahamas. You remember what happened in Puerto Rico just a couple of years ago, devastated that island. You are familiar with what happened a number of years ago in New Orleans with regard to Katrina, what happened in New Jersey and New York with Hurricane Sandy. And this is just in our part of the world. They got heat waves in Europe, in Australia, drought, terrible drought in the United States and Latin America. People are no longer able to grow the crops they need to feed their families, to find the drinking water that they need to stay alive. Climate change, according to the scientists, is the existential threat to our entire planet. Now, I'm not here to scare you, I really am not. But what the scientists are telling us is if we do not get our act together, and very, very shortly, there will be irreparable damage done to this planet within the next 11 years, and it only gets worse after that. And what we have got to think about is 20, 30, 40 years ago, when you were looking your kids in the eye and your grandchildren in the eyes, and they say to you, Grandma, Grandpa, didn't you know what the scientists were telling us? Why didn't you do something when you had the chance? I don't want anybody here to be in that position. And that is why I have recently introduced the most comprehensive climate change plan ever introduced by any candidate for anything.
Yeah.
Now, I have been criticized for the size of the plan, which is over $16 trillion, which is a lot of money. But in fact, it pays for itself in a variety of ways. But more importantly, what you have got to be thinking about is if